welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my next video. Yep, I know it's been a while. I've been clucking to get out, to be honest. The closest I've got to a lake recently is out on a feature with Joe from Carpology, and I did have a 48-hour session ahead of me after I'd finished, but unfortunately spawning put an end to that session. I've been so busy at home and stuff as well, laying a new patio and God knows what else in the garden, trying to get the garden sorted for summer. But I am back out on the bank, and I've decided to come and revisit Whelford Pools. Now, it's probably been about 14 months since I last fished here, and I'm not on my own for this session. I've got Robin with me, who is absolutely gagging to get the rods out, as you can see, because one, he hasn't fished since October last year. Again, he's moved house and all bits and pieces like that, so life has been busy. And yeah, there's quite a few fish out in front of us, so he is actually baiting a bag out as we speak, and he's chomping at the bit to get going. So yeah, we come round to peg number, well, mine's 17, so I'm guessing it's either 18 or 16. 16? Yeah, 16. So one tucked up right in the corner. Robin's done a session or two in here before, knows it relatively well. But like I say, we've got fish in front of us already, albeit just cruising underneath the surface, because yeah, I don't know if you can tell with the sun breaking through the trees. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning, set to be around 20 odd degrees today, so I don't know how much action we will get in the day, but you know, never say never in here, because I caught that 30 pounder like in 30 degrees or something stupid, smack bang from the middle of the lake in the middle of the day. So yeah, I think having rods out is definitely, you know, worthwhile throughout the course of the day, because yeah, I definitely reckon there's a bite to be had regardless of conditions. So enough of an intro. Me and Robin hopefully will stick a fish on the mat for you. There's definitely about, mate. You've got no excuses. I stuck you in the swim with basically half the stock. So so yeah, you can only you can't blank, you can only catch. They are stacked up around this side. So yeah, just gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. But like I say, enough of an intro. Let's get my bits and pieces sorted. Hopefully before we even do anything, that spool starts spinning, we can get the session started off with a fish on the camera. So yeah, let's get going. Well, rods have been out good sort of hour and a half. Nothing's happened yet, but there's plenty of fish still in our area, but they're kind of just like a foot or so underneath the surface. So they're not really moving, not really sort of getting about anywhere really. Just kind of, yeah, soaking up the bit of sun that's poking its head through the clouds. Started to spit a little bit, and Robin's come down and set up his bivvy because he's scared the bogeyman might get him tonight. So he's set his bivvy up, but he'll probably be laughing at me in a minute when it's like a torrential downpour or something. So yeah, be my own fault. But I'm going to sit that out and wait till later on to get mine set up. But yeah, we've got 4 rods out on the dance floor, 2 each. There's fish in the area, all be yeah, rather lethargic and just chilling out, it seems. So yeah, not really a lot to report at the moment, but it's just nice to be out and fishing, and yeah, fishing again together, because it's been quite a while. But yeah, we will update you in due course. Not a lot happening now. Hopefully as it cools off going into the evening, through the hours of darkness, etc., early morning, I think that's going to be the time really that we might be able to nick a bite. So yeah, we've had good success on here in the past. Let's hope we can at least stick one in front of the camera between us to make it a worthwhile visit. Right, so round in Robin's swim, believe it or not, we've seen two fish show in exactly the two spots that Robin wants to slide the bait and spoon out onto with the deeper attached, and yeah, they pretty much give themselves away, stuck their heads out and said, yeah, we're here, we're waiting for you. So Robin's been wanting to try out a deeper for a little while now, and we're just in the process of shipping it out. I'm holding it for him, and he is just putting it out to the spot that he wants it to go to. It's 3.5 foot over there, so it's just starting to creep up now. It's a nice bush. Try and keep the camera straight and the phone whilst watching what I'm doing and what he's doing. But there we go, that's the spot where it's creeping up, and as you can see, it's starting to shelf out as well, so it's not just a straight slope up to the margin. It's gone up by a foot, 1.2 foot, and then it's a nice flat bottom as well, and as you can see on the scan, it's rock hard as well. So that is exactly where we see a fish show, mate, wasn't it? Yeah. Right over it, literally stuck his head out. That's the spot, mate. Yeah, that's exactly it. 3 foot, yep. And as you can see now, look on the scan as well, you can start to see the solid bag drop and all the pellet and boilie crumb that he's just tipped up. So that is how intricate these scans can be at times. So yeah, basically, mate, you can't blank now. We've seen fish, we've found the spot, it's glowing yellow, we've watched your bait drop, we've watched all of the pellet, boilie crumb and whatever else you put in the bag drop. It's a glowing yellow lake bed. Can't really do any more, mate, can we? To be fair, literally can't do any more. We know you're fishing, you know you're on a clean spot, confidence at an absolute high. Yeah, let's hope the effort equals reward. Well, I am absolutely buzzing. Stood down in Robin's swim, doing bits with a deeper, mate, weren't we? Make sure your two rods were absolutely bang on. My right hander that I shipped out to the middle of the lake first thing when I got the rods out this morning has just gone busting off, and we have got one in the net. A load of weed has just kind of popped up out of nowhere. That lot weren't out there earlier, so I think with the heat and everything, it's just kind of loosened itself off from the lake bed. This fish just took off and kind of pretty much went around the back of it in the battle. So yeah, thankfully managed to land him safe. He is just down there a minute whilst I just get the mat and everything sorted for weighing and photography, but he looks a nice one, so I'm buzzing to get it out and have a look at it. Oh, well, yeah, just what a mental 5 minutes, to be honest, but he's in the net and that's all that matters. So let's get him out, mate, eh, and have a little look. Mate. Sorry, mate. I was in all of the fish. I've got my bite. Believe it or not, another 30 pounder, 30 pound 2, 30 pound 3, 30 pound 4, literally a smidge over 30 pound. The ounces really don't matter to me, to be quite honest with you. I'm just happy to catch. But yeah, look at this unit. Ready? Oh yeah, look at that. Absolute donkey of a fish. Solid bag, big old spoon and pellet out into the middle this morning. 16 meters, 16 poles worth of bushwhacker, straight out to the middle amongst them where we see him cruising in and out earlier. He's gone rattling off, but yeah, look at him. Well happy with that. Blown away, to be honest. My last fish from here was a 30 pounder, and yeah, just caught this one as well. Not too sure if it's the same one, in all honesty. I'm gonna have to go back and have a look at the pictures and see if it is the same fish, but either way, he's a stunner. Just come into the shade because the sun's made a reappearance. But yeah, look at him. Absolute unit. So happy. 30 pounder, 30 pounds an ounces. Made my day. Get a couple of quick pictures, we'll slip him back. Time to get the rods back out. I brought the left-hander in just because obviously there's a bit disturbance, so I thought I might as well freshen it up. It had been out there a good few hours, and I also took the opportunity to reel in a load of weed that just seemed to appear from nowhere as well, so I quickly just chucked a grappling lead on one of the rods and pretty much reeled in all of this lot that was basically just floating around, which caused me a bit of aggro when I was playing that fish, but thankfully we got them in the net. So just going to stick the right hand rod out now, so the rod that I had the fish on, to show you what I'm doing. Baiting wise, I'm just keeping it really simple. So I've got this 12mm seafood stabilised boilies. These are ridiculously soft. Robin's really impressed with them, but all I'm doing is just getting a few small handfuls and just literally pressing them down, crushing them up, just creating a little bit of a carpet feed really. But they are so soft and they absolutely honk. So doing 3 or 4 rounds of them, so there's a nice bit of boilie crumb and bits and pieces at the bottom, and then I am just getting a couple of handfuls of the Hinders pellet mix. Now in here is 3 or 4 different types of pellet, but I've also bulked it out with nut 365 pellet and the seafood matching pellet as well, just because I absolutely love using pellet. The Deeper was telling us earlier that the water is around 20-21 degrees, so you know, it's nice and warm, and I find pellets just break down really quickly. So yeah, I'll just do a few more rounds on these boilies, get a load of boilie crumb, really stinky, really attractive. Like I say, good serving of the pellet to create a bit of a carpet, solid bag on top, and I'll ship it straight back out to open water where there are a number of fish cruising around. So yeah, really simple tactics, nothing complicated, really simple baiting approach, and yeah, it's just stuck a 30-pounder on the mat for me, so I'm definitely not complaining. Right, so I'm just prepping a few bags really to go into the evening, and obviously if anything happens through the night, so I just thought of quickly just show you how I've got my arrangement set up. You would have seen it quite a lot of the time if you've watched any of my solid bag fishing videos. Essentially I've got a 1/2 metre length there of leadless leader. Now I like to use that where I can, just nice and supple, nice and heavy, just lays down nice and flush on the lake bed. And then that goes down to a 2.5 ounce inline flat pair, and then what I do is very gently squeeze the swivel so it just still sits nice and tight inside the lead, but with the slightest of head movement, or you know, if a fish starts taking off with a hook bait, then yeah, it becomes a running rig essentially. And that is exactly what happened when I caught that fish. The lead was, I don't know, 6 foot, 10 foot up the line with a massive ball of weed around it. The fish was yeah, just off the back of it. So it just goes to show that it got that initial hit, and then it was just a one toner from there. When yeah, when I got to the rod, he was taking off. And then down to it, I've got like a 3.5 inch really supple rig, no coating on the braid, so it just allows me to get that inside the bag nice and tight. It's not going to sort of kick out at any silly sort of angles that it's going to kind of hinder your presentation really. And then down to a size 4 wide gape barbless hook, and then on there I am mounting some of the new beetling Hinders dumbbells. It's my first session out with these beetling and corn dumbbells. I'm just mounting them to the hair on the rig, just giving it a little trim around the edge, and yeah, that is what got me that bite. Now these do actually come in pop-ups as well, so 15 mils and 12 mils. I didn't actually have any yellow hook baits in my armory, to be fair, pop-ups wise, and wafters. And when I put my most recent order in, I made sure I got at least one of each, and I'm glad I did now, because yeah, it stuck a 30-pounder on the mat for me on my first outing using them. So good for the confidence, that's for certain. So yeah, I'm just going to knock a few more of these up. So I've got a few to, like I say, go into the evening when I put the rods out, and if anything occurs through the night. But I just thought, like I say, give you a really quick rundown, nice and simple way of fishing. And you can chop and change this if you are allowed to use or not allowed to use leaders. You can just chop and change this setup with tubing as well, which you would have seen in many of my other videos. So yeah, let's finish off making a few more of these. And yeah, I think it's time to get a barbecue on, mate, don't you?
Come on.
Come on. Well, it's coming up to around 6 o'clock, and as you can tell, it's still absolutely beautiful out here. And we've decided to crank out the cob. Now, first time using one. I've been meaning to pick one up for a little while now, and yeah, I've decided that I definitely need to try and mix up my Bankside cuisine. So obviously it's a social, having a bit of a barbecue, got a bit of a meat feast going on. So yeah, all sorts to stick on there. So cob's first outing, and yeah, what I'm having to do is cook with me my fingers, because in the rush this morning I forgot to pack any utensils. So yeah, it's going to be some burnt fingertips by the end of the night, no doubt. But I'm absolutely starving, can't wait to get tucked into it, and yeah, just seeing how it all kind of works and how it cooks and all that sort of jazz, really. So yeah, looking forward to seeing and tasting the results. Fish are still cruising out there. As I said, it's absolutely roasting still. Fish are still milling around, but I've got a feeling it's going to be an evening slash through the night slash early morning bite if we're going to get another one, in all honesty. So yeah, I'm going to have some grub, and then I'll think about redoing the rods, and yeah, settle in for the night. So yeah, let's see what this cob has in store for us, and I'll give you my sort of final verdict after I've scoffed my face. Well, just coming up to 9 o'clock, and yeah, we've been fed, we've been watered, and yeah, we're just chilling out now, watching out over the water, because for the last sort of hour and 20 minutes I've been sloshing out there good and proper. So I am really hopeful and sort of expecting something to happen really through the hours of darkness, just because they've been so active in the last hour and 20 minutes. Most of the day they've just been sort of soaking up that sun, etc., not really looking interested at all. But for that last hour and 20 minutes they have been proper just boshing out here, there and everywhere. So yeah, I'm hoping for something to happen. I'm extremely hopeful for another fish on the mat. So yeah, fingers crossed we can make it happen. But yeah, the food was lovely on the cob as well. First time using it, bit of a barbecue just to get a general feel for it, and yeah, really impressed. So I will be sticking with that throughout my rest of my sessions. We are both absolutely stuffed. So yeah, I think for now, just going to, like I say, chill out, watch the last half an hour or so of light fizzle out, retire to the bed, and hopefully we are rudely awoken by the sound of a stinging alarm. Good morning, a little after 5 AM, and as you can tell by the bags under my eyes, I didn't get the best night's sleep. Unfortunately not on the fish front, just couldn't settle. But yeah, me and Robin fired up the kettle, and I was saying to him, can't believe I hadn't had a bite. Literally bosh after bosh after bosh last night, and then lo and behold, boom, left hand rod rattling off. I made the decision last night to put a rod into the swim on the left on a 3 foot area and yeah, it's been out there for what, I don't know, 10 hours, and yeah, it's gone busting off. And we have got a proper nice one in the net, mate. He's on the chunky side, that's for certain. So he's definitely a 20 pounder, that's for certain. Give me the right run around under the rod tips, literally off a 3 foot area out here. 7 bushwhacker sections out, and yeah, it's paid off, so I'm well happy with that. So we're going to set the mat up, we'll get everything sorted, get him in the scales, see what he goes, and yeah, we'll get him in front of the camera for you. 31 pound and a couple of ounces. Yeah, blown away. 2 spots, 2 bags, 2 bites, 2 30s. Lovely jubbly. I'm definitely not complaining. What a way to start the morning. And he's a proper fatty as well. If he lets me pick him up, I'll get him up for the camera for you. But yeah, check this Brutus out. Look at that belly on it. Look at it. 31 pounds and ounces. Oh, blown away, literally blown away. 2 bites, 2 30s, and this is the reason I love Whelford, because the fish are just growing on in here like phenomenally. There's so many 30s in here now, and believe it or not, it's just done its first 40 as well. It's yeah, it's just going from strength to strength, this place, and I absolutely love coming down here because, you know, I'm only down here for a 24-hour session, and I've just stuck 2 30s on the mat. I found that 3 foot spot that I knew of before from fishing in this swim. The bag has been out there for ages. It's so deep I can literally just about pop my head out over the top. But yeah, I found that 3 foot spot that I knew about. A bag, load of spooner bait, sat on it, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's gone busting off. What a way to start the day. Happy days. But yeah, what a Brutus of a fish. So let's slip him back. Get that rod back out, plenty of time to try and make it a hat trick. Yeah, boom. Well then, 10 to 10, and it is time to wrap things up. Everything is packed on the barrow, all bar the rods and the net. After that first light bite, things have just quietened off really. The shows have really stopped. The sun's made an appearance, and yeah, it's been a beautiful morning. Bit of breakfast, a few coffees, and a really slow pack down. So as always, if you've got this far in the video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave me a like on the video if you've enjoyed watching it. Stick a comment below, and as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Really does sort of help me get my videos out there as well. But yeah, from myself, Robin, and Whelford Pools, it's been a great enjoyable session. A brace of 30 pounders, which I'm definitely not turning my nose up at. It's been an enjoyable session back here after sort of 12 to 14 months of since my last visit. So yeah, I'm really not complaining. But for now, it's time to whip these rods in, get myself off home, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunny day. So yeah, I will catch up with you next time I am out on the bank.